Okay, last steps here, guys, and then we're going to see some lights. We need to ground this, so I've connected my ground wire to the butt connector that is connected to all of the black wires going to the lights. And what I've done is I've taken a little, on this bike I'm using a self-tapping sheet metal screw, and I'm drilling it. There's two little holes right here already drilled for me, and I'm simply using this screw to ground this connection, because I don't want to get it too tight here. I want it tight, but I don't want it so tight that it crushes everything. I can bend it over the edge now. And the reason I'm grounding here as opposed to the battery is because on this particular bike, my negative terminal on my battery is way underneath this frame piece here, and I can't get to it easily. But this is a suitable grounding location right here on the frame, and so that's going to work just fine for me. A little sheet metal screw, it goes right into that hole. Now on this side, I'm going to use my positive battery terminal, and I'll need my 10mm wrench, which I have here not too far away, I hope. Okay, I've got my 10mm wrench, and I'm going to loosen my terminal, my positive terminal on the battery. I obviously don't want to touch this wrench to the frame while I have it touching the battery. That would not be good. I don't have a fuse in my spade connector here. I'm not going to put that fuse in until everything's hooked up, because I don't want any surprises. I'm going to slide that connector right there, and then I'm going to tighten the battery post back up so it's good and snug, holding my spade connector so it doesn't turn out on me. Good and snug, and there we go. We're now connected to the battery. Now, I still have these heat shrinks to do, and my faithful assistant, I believe, has brought me my heat gun. So, you could use a hair dryer. This is a heat gun that you pick up at a hardware store for $25. It has two settings, high and low, and we're going to use the high setting. And I'm just going to make sure this heat shrink is centered over the butt connector. And then we're going to shrink it down. Heat that side, bring the gun over here. Heat that side, bring it up underneath. And when you get it good and hot and shrunk, I like to pinch the ends. There's adhesive inside these. And it squirts out and it seals. When it cools, you've got a nice watertight connection there. There's other connectors you can use that are touted as easy and simple and easy to disconnect, but these connectors here are fail-safe. And if you ever do have to remove something to take the tank off, our lights have little plugs on them. You can just unplug them. It's a very simple deal to do. So don't let the other guys fool you into thinking you've got to have all these fancy connectors that typically are bigger, in the way, more expensive. This is the way to do it right here. Butt connectors and heat shrink. No better system. There it is. So our heat shrink is done. Our ground is in, our switch is in, all of our wires are connected. It's time to test the lights. Let me get the fuse. Okay, we've dimmed the lights here, and let's see what we've got. I've got my fuse that's going to plug into my fuse link, and I've got my little rubber top that goes over that. We'll snap it on, and here's our switch, and let's see what happens. We have lights. Cut and click ultimate engine kit. Let me turn off the overheads. we'll take a quick walk around with the camera. How does that look? Should look pretty good. That's the left side of the bike that you're seeing. Let me unplug my camera here, take it off the tripod, and take a little walk around. See what that looks like. Okay. Sorry for the jiggling here. Just that my camera needs to be adjusted for handheld carry. Remember those fat hands? Okay, here it is. This is your ultimate kit. You've got your ground effects underneath. You can see the lights up underneath the engine here, shining down. Up, see if I can show you under the horn cover here. Can't really see them up in there very well. Down below, lighting up underneath. You can see them attached to the inside of the frame on both sides. Shining down, lighting up the ground below. And then over to the right side of the bike. I think we're out of focus a little bit here. I don't think my autofocus does well in this low light of situation. Here we go. Here's the right side. Beautiful. Look at all that light under the breather. We've got the light here shining down on the transmission cover from behind the battery box. That whole rear of the engine compartment illuminated. Cut and click, ultimate engine kit. Designed for professional installation, but with a little care, you can do this yourself. But if you're not sure, go with the EasyFlex. They're a lot easier to work with.